Everybody. So I just want to share, three really important lessons I learned in 2024 as a new VC manager, and I'm doing this to really inspire anyone who's a new fund manager, who's thinking about becoming a new fund manager. So the first thing that I learned is you have to surround yourself with people who will breathe life into you. I say that because, at the end of 2023, when I finally decided, all right, I'm going to take the plunge. I think this makes sense for me to have more impact, helping overlooked founders. I'm going to become a VC. And so what's the first thing you got to do? You got to create a pitch deck. I had no idea how to do that. So I downloaded the Carter pitch deck template. And honestly, that thing put me into a state of depression for all of Q4 of 2023. And in retrospect, that deck was designed for emerging VCs, people who had previous VC experience or ran some angel syndicates and previous investing experience, which I did not have. But the point is, I had somebody who's a really great friend, a very successful investor that I talked to about this funk that I was in, and he helped me reframe it. He said, look, man, you have very relevant, valuable, lived experience. You can do this. Help me reframe that and put together a V1 of a deck. It was good enough. It wasn't great, but it was good enough. So tip number one, surround yourself with people who will breathe life into you. Tip number two, if you can do it, I recommend getting into one of these new venture manager accelerators. There's tons of them out there. You can Google them. I happened to go through VC Lab, which was amazing. VC Lab has launched about 50% of the world's new funds the last several years, and there's a couple of things that are great about it. They make sure you do things the right way from fund one, so that when you do decide to go raise institutional capital, you'll be institutional ready, even though most new fund managers will not be getting institutional capital. Obviously, there are some exceptions. And the other thing is, it's a very aggressive, milestone-driven program, and they have things that they make you do that accelerate your time to first close. So I recommend getting into one of those new venture or emerging venture managers accelerator programs. And finally, imposter syndrome is trash. And I say that because, as I mentioned, I was depressed all of Q4 of 2023 thinking I couldn't do this. I had somebody who breathed life into me. I went through the VC Lab program, and part of what they have you do is you have to get through deck review. And after deck review, somebody from the team said that my deck was a home run. And, I felt so great about that because, like I said, I had imposter syndrome. I didn't think I can do it, but I did. So, if you have what it takes, you have what it takes, you have people around you trust that are validating that, and you can get into one of these accelerator programs, like imposter syndrome is trash. You can do this. You got this. And if you want to learn more about what it's like to go through the VC Lab accelerator program, hit me up. Happy to share what I know. All right. You got this. Let's go.